Jake Tapper stunned speechless by vicious Bill Maher shot at Biden tragedies. Comic and political pundit Bill Maher stunned Jake Tapper speechless with a vicious jab at former President Joe Biden and the tragedies he has endured over the years, including the sudden deaths of his first wife and their baby and the agonizing loss of his son Beau Biden. On Friday night's edition of HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher, the interview guest was Barry Diller, co-founder of Fox Broadcasting, chairman and senior executive of IAC and Expedia Group, and author of the book Who Knew. The panel guests were Jake Tapper, anchor of CNN's The Lead with Jake Tapper, and co-author of Original Sin, President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again, and Rep. Seth Moulton, DMA. During the panel segment, much of the discussion revolved around Biden and the revelations in Tapper's book, with the author and Moulton taking shots at some more generous contextualization of the former president's career and legacy. But Maher drew a smattering of shocked laughter from the crowd and stunned silence from his guests with a ghoulish crack. Jake Tapper, the non-functioning person who didn't recognize you in Normandy, even though you'd known him for more than a decade, like in a personal way, like that is different than just aging. Seated Moulton. That's where it hit home for me, because, look, it wasn't an easy decision for me to come out and be one of the first to say, hey, he should not run for re-election because he's been a real mentor to me. He was the first national Democrat to campaign for me when I won a tough primary against an 18-year incumbent. You know, it was new on the scene, no background in politics, and a lot of the establishment hated me for being this guy who'd been there forever. And Joe Biden came up and campaigned for me, and he used to call me from the White House and give me tips when he saw me do an interview on CNN and screw something up, right? So I really respect the man. I respect him as a leader and as a friend. But then he didn't even recognize me when I saw him in Normandy and... Maher. So who, you said blame before, who do we blame? I feel like people are yokoing the wife. I feel Joe Biden's getting the Yoko treatment. Maybe she deserves it. But Yoko didn't break up the Beatles. Jake Tapper. I think there are any number of people that were part of this decision to hide how bad it was, not only from the media, not only the public, but also from cabinet officials, from people in the White House, from Democratic lawmakers. I mean, there was a period 2023-2024 Democratic lawmakers barely saw the president. And I think it was Jill Biden. I also think it's Hunter Biden. Yes, President Biden has some agency here too. We're not saying it was weekend at Bernie's. He was aware was going. No, I'm saying he wasn't. Like, he had moments where he was non-functioning, but he understood what was going on. I mean, we saw him earlier today. He can speak and talk. If you hear him right now, he could talk for 10-15 minutes. He'd be fine. Bill Maher. A lot of it is that the Democrats, they were too romanticized about the fact that he had a lot of tragedy in his life, you know, and he survived a lot of it. So every time something bad would happen, they were like, oh, he's so resilient. They should have said, this dude is bad luck.